for joining. So today, as Prabhuji told, from today till the 16th, that is Janmashtami, every day we'll be having pastimes of Krishna. So today we'll be talking about birth pastime, birth of Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. See, if we go through this 10th canto, chapter 3, Shukadeva Goswami says in the first chapter, verse number 1 to 5. So just read the first verse and then we'll discuss. Shri Shuka Uvacha Atah Sarva Gunopetah Kala Paramashobhanah Yarhye Jana Jarmarksham Shantarksha Grahatarakam. See the translation. I'm not reading all the verses, but the translation is so beautiful. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thereafter, at the auspicious time for the appearance of the Lord, the entire universe was surcharged with all the qualities of goodness, beauty, and peace. The constellation Rohini appeared, as did stars like Ashwini. The sun, the moon, and the other stars and planets were very peaceful. All directions appeared extremely pleasing, and the beautiful stars twinkled in the cloudless sky. Decorated with towns, villages, mines, and pasturing grounds, the earth seemed all auspicious. The rivers flowed with clear water, and the lakes and vast reservoirs, full of lilies and lotuses, were extraordinarily beautiful. In the trees and green plants, full of flowers and leaves, pleasing to the eyes, birds like cuckoos and swarms of bees began chanting with sweet voices for the sake of the demigods. A pure breeze began to blow, pleasing the sense of touch and bearing the aroma of flowers. And when the Brahmanas engaging in ritualistic ceremonies ignited their fires according to Vedic principles, the fires burned steadily, undisturbed by the breeze. Thus, when the birthless Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was about to appear, the saints and Brahmanas, who had always been disturbed by demons like Kamsa and his men, felt peace within the core of their hearts, and kettle drums simultaneously vibrated from the upper planetary system. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Om Gyantavarandasya Gyananjana Shalakya Chakshurunmutam Namaskar Krishna Sindhavam Nirvisheshwanya Pachatam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Krishna Hare Krishna Namaskar Jagannath Baldeswara Mai ki jai. Narasimha Bhagavan ki jai. Panchatattva ki jai. Shri Goswami ki jai. Guru Parampara ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Guru Hari Bol. So it's very auspicious day when we celebrate this Janmashtami, right? That's why in Bhagavatam now, we just now with 10th canto, 3rd chapter, Shukadeva Goswami very nicely explains the birth of Lord Krishna through the verses of 1 to 5. He said, no, Atha Sarva Gunopetah. So the fray and the second actually there, Atha Sarva Gunopetah, then Kala Paramak Shobhana. See, this three things happens when we come to Krishna. In this verse, the first verse, Sarva Gunopetah. So Sarva Gunopetah means everything is converted to mode of goodness. Then Kala Parama Shobhana, that is time becomes auspicious. And Shantarksha Graha Tarakam, completely peaceful. That is Shanta constitution is arranged for all of us. So Sarva Gunopetah, right, all around, it is endowed with middle attributes, no? So Guna means good qualities. Guna means good qualities. So the mode of goodness. So everything is converted to mode of goodness. See, Srimad Bhagavatam, verse number 212, says that people, those who are not with Krishna, they have thousands of matter to speak. It says, those persons who are materially engrossed, being blind to the knowledge of the ultimate truth, have many subject matters for hearing in human society, O Emperor. See, the point is, as soon as we come to Krishna, one of the best qualities of Krishna is that always we are in the mode of goodness. And if we are in the mode of goodness, then the misunderstandings are completely absent. That is the benefit. See, by chanting Krishna's names, we are benefited. Sarvo guno petah. So all becomes completely auspicious, everything, right? So everything becomes very auspicious. So what to talk about Krishna, appearance of Krishna? He was in the womb of Devaki. And at that time, Kamsa had gone there. Okay. So Kamsa was a very fierce enemy of Devaki. He wanted to kill her in the beginning. When she married, right? So, but when Krishna was in her womb, he couldn't do anything. Kamsa thought, oh, Devaki looks so very effulgent. I can't see her. So let us go. She's my sister. If I kill her, my name will be spoiled. So these all good things came to him. See, the demon also changes, right? So what to talk of ourselves? We are really favorable to Krishna. And because we are favorable to Krishna, as soon as we do any activity regarding to Krishna, so all these lower modes are completely absent. So this is one of the very important points we have to understand. So the second other verse was Kala Parama Shobhana, which means favorable and auspicious time from all points of view. See, as soon as the Lord appeared on the planet Earth, everything became favorable, auspicious, beautiful, peaceful. So Lord's appearance is not just confined to a particular day, place, or time. See, the all-merciful Krishna immediately appears in our hearts if we simply chant his names with all sincerity. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. See, just like how the Brahmanas, whose minds were very disturbed by Kamsa, they were also able to peacefully continue with their this ritualistic ceremonies at the time of Lord's appearance without any disturbance. So we can also lead a peaceful and blissful life if we welcome Krishna in our hearts every day by chanting his names. See, our life is also continuously being disturbed by so many demonic thoughts. So to overcome the influence of these demons, we need to welcome Krishna to appear in our hearts every day. It's not a one day, it's only Janmashtami, right? See, people used to say, that nothing should be done on Ashtami, nothing should be done on Navami. But Krishna is born on Ashtami. Lord Ram is born on Navami. And what happens when Krishna is born? Everything becomes auspicious. The planets, everything. So we have to just surrender to Krishna. So don't not to go to astrologer or do this thing and that thing, this ring, this gem, everything. No need. When you go to Krishna, everything becomes automatically auspicious. Chant Krishna's names. So the appearance of Lord Krishna, more than revealing the different rasas, right? It has a great significance in our lives, especially in our spiritual lives. See, before Lord Krishna appeared as the eighth son of Vasudeva and Devaki, 6 sons were born and killed by Kamsa. And the 7th child was Balram, Lord Balram, right? Who was born and transferred to Gokul, right? See, the Puranas explain that the 6 sons were killed by Kamsa. They were the Vasus who were cursed to take birth in the planet Earth. So the Vasus, they prayed to Krishna for redemption, and so the Lord consoled them that they will take birth and get killed immediately to resume their position in the heavenly planets. See, the spiritual significance of this pastime is that the killing of 6 children, it represents the removal of the 6 anarthas in our hearts. What are they? Namely, lust, greed, anger, pride, illusion, and envy. So when all these 6 anarthas are removed, Then appearance of this pure devotional service happens in our heart. Till that time, we are still having these things, right? So this pure devotional service is represented by Lord Balram. Because Lord Balram constantly serves the Supreme Lord. And is also called as Adi Shesha, original servant. So when pure devotional service manifests in our hearts, then Krishna makes his appearance in our heart, along with his name, along with his forms, along with his pastimes. So this signifies the appearance of Lord Krishna. See, most of the scriptural injunctions, they're all aimed at improving our behavior. And in only a few verses are there to talk about the spiritual world and Krishna. See, no matter how much we learn about this Krishna's Leela from the books, unless the six anarthas are removed, especially envy, which is the most formidable and difficult to remove, unless these six are removed, the Lord cannot be attained. That's why the Vedas, Katha Upanishad 2:2-4, it gives a stern warning. It says, he who has not given up evil deeds, who is not peaceful or in control of his senses or mind, he cannot attain the Lord even through knowledge. So, to remove the six enemies in our heart, Srila Prabhupada has very mercifully given us this sublime process of studying Bhagavad Gita, studying Bhagavatam, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, BBC. Just follow it. See, Lord Krishna, he doesn't take birth in this world like us. Rather, he appears like the sun and the moon. And then unmanifests himself when he completes his Leelas in this universe to again appear in another universe. See, Krishna says to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita that his birth and activities are transcendental and are not under the influence of the material modes of nature. Janma karma chamaya divyam. So, if Krishna's appearance and disappearance are divyam, then how did he take birth from Vasudeva and Devaki? This is very nicely explained in Bhagavatam 10:3-8. Nishite tama udbhute jayamane janardane devakyam devarupinyam Vishnu sarva guhasyayah avirasir yatha prachyam dishindur iva pushkalah. Then the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, who is situated in the core of everyone's heart, appeared from the heart of Devaki in the dense darkness of night, like the full moon rising on the eastern horizon, because Devaki was of the same category as Sri Krishna. See, the important point to note here is that Lord Krishna did not appear like a normal human being. This we must have 100% faith in, right? Accept it. Rather, he appeared from the heart of Devaki. Also, as per this verse, Devaki was not like us. She was not an ordinary living entity. It is said, Devakyam Deva Rupinyam. Devaki was in the same category as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, by her intense devotional service, she had also become transcendental. Satchidananda Vigraha. Srila Prabhupada, in his very sublime purport, he says, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is already situated within the core of everyone's heart as Antaryami, the Super Soul. So, because he was present in full potency in Devaki's heart, he was also able to appear outside her body also. So, if we also perform sincere devotional service like Devaki and Vasudeva, then our entire heart is filled with the thoughts of Krishna. Our hearts are completely filled with the Lord's full potency. Then he will appear in front of us also. So just like Devaki, she cleansed her heart completely from the six anarthas, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha, Matsarya, before the Lord could appear in her heart, right? We should also clear all those anarthas, which are deep rooted in our hearts. Not only in this lifetime, for many lifetimes, we can remove them by sincere and one-pointed loving devotional service. See, every year we celebrate Janmashtami and remember and recite Krishna's pastimes, his transcendental holy names. And it's a day, we look forward to. How we look with great eagerness for celebration, correct? So that's why we have started from today itself. No? 16th is the Janmashtami, but from today onwards, we are in that mood. See, many times we make the mistake by equating that Krishna to be like human, like us, like human beings. And then we celebrate his appearance day just like any other mortal's birthday. But we should remember that Krishna did not take birth like us. Rather, he appeared in this world just like the sun appears every day in the morning. That is why we call it as his appearance day. That's why in Bhagavatam 10 to 16 and 17, it is very clearly mentioned about his appearance. Bhagavan api Vishwatma Bhaktanam Abhayankarah Avivishamsha Bhagena Mana Anakudandubehe. That's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the super soul of all living entities and who vanquishes all the fear of his devotees, entered the mind of Vasudeva in full opulence. Then he says, while carrying the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead within the core of his heart, Vasudeva bore the Lord's transcendental illuminating effulgence, and thus he became as bright as the sun. So he was therefore very difficult to see or approach through the sensory perception. Even Vasudeva was difficult to see because he became effulgent. He was unapproachable and unperceivable even for such formidable men as Kamsa. And not only for Kamsa, but for all living entities. So in this verse, that is 10 to 16 and 17, the word Dhama is used. Now, Dhama means the place where Lord resides. But in this particular situation, Krishna first entered the mind of Vasudeva and then situated himself in the core of his heart. So what happened? Consequently, his heart became a Dhama. So Prabhupada, in his unparalleled, beautiful purport, explains beautifully, any place where the Supreme Personality of Godhead is present by his name, form, qualities, or paraphernalia, immediately becomes a Dham. See, for example, we speak of Vrindavan Dham, Devaka, Dwarka Dham, Mathura Dham, because in these places, the name, fame, the qualities, and paraphernalia of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are always present. They are always there. Similarly, if one is empowered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, to do something, the core of his heart becomes a Dham. And thus he becomes so extraordinarily powerful that not only his enemies, but also people in general are astonished to observe his activities. See, wherever we may be situated today, we can try individually to carry Krishna in the core of our hearts by remembering him, by chanting his holy names, and by serving everyone, especially the Vaishnavas, who themselves carry the Lord in their hearts. So this way, our hearts can also become Paurusham Dhama, residence of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So this is the real way of celebrating Janmashtami. See, the Lord can stay in our hearts only if there is a space. Correct? Only there is a space. We see in Bangalore the traffic, right? It's too many cars, no space. So how can anybody else can enter in that? So in our hearts also, so much of space is occupied. By what? The 6 anarthas. So we have to create space. The Lord can stay in our heart only if there is space. At present, we are filled with all the anarthas, unwanted desires for sense enjoyment. There is no space for Krishna to stay. See, in the altar, when we do the arti and everything, right? Before we put the altar deities in the altar, we clean, we decorate, right? Then Krishna will take his position, will be there. So we have to clear our hearts. Cheto Darpan Mahachanam, by chanting Hare Krishna Mantra, reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, associating with devotees, right? And of course, for Janmashtami, we do all these things. But this should not be a one-day affair. It should be continuous. Every day should be a Janmashtami. In that mood, we should go on welcoming Krishna in our hearts. So to avoid these anarthas from hindering as being an obstacle in our remembrance of Krishna, it is advised that during Janmashtami, we fast from everything until midnight, Nirjal, right? So we can fast, recite Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, read Krishna book, which are all non-different from Krishna, and perform sincere service. So by keeping a humble heart and a very grateful attitude for all the benedictions that Krishna has bestowed upon all of us. Let us thank Krishna, right, from the core of our hearts and pray sincerely for his mercy to increase our bhakti every moment. See, so Krishna comes into this material world and performs superhuman activities. A lot of pastimes, which will in due course we'll see, which reveal his supreme position and his unparalleled love, for his devotees. See, for example, Krishna lifted a massive this Govardhana hill to protect his devotees, right, from the oppressive rains. See, such acts appear impossible to our mind, right? How can Krishna, the small boy, can lift this Govardhana hill? Just if I think of this, ant might be thinking, how I am able to lift a book. The ant is there, right? I am lifting Bhagavatam in my hand and reading. It will simply consider the lifting of a book, a human, it is impossible by a human being. Same way we might thinking Krishna, for Krishna to lift the Govardhana is impossible. Right? We are insignificant ants. So the Lord possessing unlimited power, such an act is not at all difficult for him. And through such incredible acts, Krishna invites us to become his devotees. And thus re-enter the world of his endless love, compassion, our eternal home. Come back where we have to go. That Krishna is welcoming us. See, on Janmashtami, the Lord appeared at midnight. This is a fact, right? But it also has a deeper significance. Midnight is the time of maximum darkness. And from the moment Krishna appeared, the darkness started diminishing. Similarly, our heart is dark, being afflicted by the multiple anxieties and miseries. But in the darkest hour of our life, when we turn to Krishna and he appears in our heart, all the darkness recedes. In the light of this eternal hope, it starts streaming in. So the Lord, see, Krishna appeared in a prison cell amidst these shackles, and then he freed his parents. This indicates that all of us who are shackled by our self-destructive desires, we can be freed by Krishna, who appears in our heart, which is like a prison house. Our heart is like a prison house. But when we allow Krishna to, the shackles will be removed, just like it will be removed in the prison house, right? So Janmashtami is a reminder that our untapped birthright is to enjoy this divine sweetness which is beckoning us. So Krishna is ready for us. Are we ready for Krishna? That we should ask. So Krishna advanced in the middle world as per his supreme will and for some special reason. That's what he gives in 4.7. Yada yada hi dharmasya glari bhavati bharata abhyuttanam dharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham. So whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendants of Bharata, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. So every incarnation of Krishna has some special function. And in each and every incarnation, our Supreme Father, Krishna, is mercifully teaching us some lesson. In this world, when someone disobeys us, we get angry with them, right? And even stop caring or helping them. But Krishna is so kind, Father, that even after repeated disobedience acts, Krishna mercifully appears and is anxious to take us back home, back to Godhead. So at least in this valuable human life which we have got now, we should take advantage of his mercy and try to follow his instructions sincerely and purify our existence. See, in the Janmashtami lecture given by Prabhupada in London on 21st August 1973, he very nicely explains why we should purify ourselves. Prabhupada says, the best thing is that you have enjoyed sense life in so many varieties of life, as cats, as dogs, trees, plants, insects. Now in this human form of life, Prabhupada said, don't be captivated by this sensuous life. Just try to understand Krishna. That is the verdict of the Shastras. Nayam deho deha bhajam nirloke kashtan kaman arhate with bhujam. With bhujam ye, that is 551 Bhagavatam says. Rishabhadeva. So to work very hard like dogs and hogs for sense gratification is not the ambition of human life. Human life is meant for little austerity. At least little means get up a little early for Mangalarti. Tapo divyam putraka yena shuddhayet sattvam. We have to purify our existence. That is the mission of human life. Purify. Chant Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. See, Prabhupada in the beginning is told the devotees, 64 rounds of chanting. But Prabhupada, then he says 32. And again they say Prabhupada, minimum 16. He did not say maximum 16, minimum 16, which we can increase. So we should start chanting our Hare Krishna mantras. If not started, please start from today. At least start with one round. Commit one round means at least daily that one round has to be done. You can do more and more rounds. Then maybe afterwards you get the stage, start with 4 rounds. Every day committed 4 rounds has to be done. Then you can do more rounds itself. So that way we come to at least 16 rounds. So this way we can purify ourselves. Why I shall purify my sattva existence? Brahma sokyam tvanantam. Then you get unlimited pleasure, unlimited happiness. That is real pleasure. See, all of us want to be happy. See, it is eternal truth experienced by all of us that this is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. But we want to be happy, but it's not possible. Irrespective of whether we are rich or poor, old or young, student, or we employed, married, unmarried, each and every one of us have our own baggage of sorrows and miseries in this world. So whatever happiness we experience here is also temporary. There is always an internal desire to become free from these miseries, right? Everybody wants to get out of this and achieve eternal happiness. So to attain this happiness, we have to take a little bit of austerity, as suggested by Srila Prabhupada and our acharyas in the parampara. Prabhupada says we should voluntarily agree to be controlled by Krishna. Beautiful statement. We should voluntarily agree to be controlled by Krishna. That is devotional service. We are spiritual energy and Krishna is the Supreme Spirit. So, if we agree to be controlled by Krishna, then we are promoted to the spiritual world. If we agree, see Krishna, that's very important. If we agree, right? Krishna does not interfere with your little independence. In 18.63 he says, Yachachasi tatha kuru. Krishna says to Arjuna, whatever you like, you can do. That independence we have got. So we have to agree to be controlled by Krishna. So when we sincerely surrender voluntarily to Krishna and request Krishna to use us as an instrument, then Krishna bestows us with the spiritual strength and guides us to serve him, which will be in ways beyond our imagination. Irrespective of our health or old age, whatever it is, we can do it. Whereas when we remain adamant, and do not bend down before Krishna, then we are sure to be whipped by what? By a mental energy. And we will continue to suffer life after life, birth, death, old age, disease. See, my Guru Maharaj used to say that if we don't voluntarily bend down before Krishna, when we are hale and healthy, we have to bend down. But if we don't do that, suppose we do, now if you are doing chanting and everything, so that means voluntarily we are, when we see darshan of the Lord, we do dandavat pranams. Voluntarily we are doing it. When we are hale and hearty, we are doing it. Then what happens? We will not be getting hunchback and be forced to bend down during our old age. We will not be able, that will not happen because we are already doing the dandavats every day. So Janmashtami is not an annual festival. Daily, if we sincerely perform devotional service, Shravanam, Kirtanam, any of the 9 processes, one of the 9 processes of devotional service, then Krishna at once appears in our heart. Then every day is Janmashtami. So sincere devotional service unto his lotus feet should be the goal of our life. Let us all pray at the lotus feet of Guru, Srila Prabhupada and Krishna and seek their blessings so that we give up our adamant nature and surrender unto Krishna and always remain an instrument in their hands. Shri Janmashtami Mahotsav ki jai, Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gurudev ki jai, Nita Gopinandari Bhur, Vancha Kalpatarubhach Kripa Sindhubayevacha, Patitanam Pavane Bhivashtam, Anantakudi Vaishtam ki jai. Virendra Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you, Prabhu Mataji, for this opportunity. If you have any questions of your own, any points which you felt is very useful, you can share. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. That was
Very nice
the
lecture.
class was very nice and very different. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Gurudev ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad Pranam.
That
Thank
was
you very much,
for
Prabhu.
everybody.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.